Look at that. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. We've got, well, we've got the lovely Darren Barton, but we've also got Carrie with us today. Now, what Carrie did in the week was she sent me her blog to sort of have a look over. So before well, what I'm going to do, let me share my screen first. I think that's what I'm going to do. Share my screen and show you Carrie's blog. Let's hopefully desktop. So let's hopefully is that. Can you see the screen, Darren?
Yeah, but it would be easier if it was muted. So yes, I can now. Thank you.
Yeah. So Carrie, you may need to just mute your mic for a minute so it doesn't switch back to you. But this is Carrie's blog that she's made. I think she's done a fantastic job. You know, she's got a video of herself there. She's got a lovely photograph here. You know, look at call to action. What a fantastic, and look at the content that she's got on this blog that she's built on the Zukul platform. You know, I think she's done an amazing job. And if anybody needs some tips on how to build a blog with the Zukul platform, I think Carrie is the person to speak to. She's got adverts running down the side here. She's got her menu bars. Look at all these different pages that she's got. You know, she's really spent a lot of time. Actually, look, she's even got a link that takes you back to Zukul. So I think I'm going to stop sharing. And I'd like to get Carrie's feedback. So let me stop sharing my screen. Where's the Hangout gone? Here it is. So I'll stop sharing. Carrie, can you hear me? You've muted. I think you're muted. You have to unmute yourself. That's it.
There. How's that?
Yeah, we're cooking. So tell us about your blog. And I think you've done an amazing job. So tell us how you started and how long it took you.
It didn't take me nearly as long as a WordPress blog would take because it's all there, so it's so easy for people to do. And thanks to Darren putting together, I took a lot of the information from the Zukul page regarding the products and just put it on the blog. So really, the whole thing took me probably about 3 or 4 days, and that's it. I think it's so important. I've always loved blogging, and it's so important, especially in this platform, for people to be able to see what you can do with the blog. So that's what I'm including in a lot of my ads is check it out in action. So I'm actually using the lead capture page, and I've put a video in there saying this is the system in action. Once you've filled out the form, it's going to take you to my blog, and you'll be able to see what a beautiful blog you can make with the Zukul platform.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, so it took you about, you say, 3 or 4 days to do. How much experience have you had with blogging? How many blogs have you built in the past?
Yeah, quite a bit of WordPress blogging. But I mean, I don't know CSS and all of that stuff, so I've really had to wing it to figure out a lot of stuff. And improvise, but I've never made money. I've made a lot of blogs, but I've never made money. This will be a sweet change.
Well, let's hope that you're going to make loads of money with Zukul. Maybe you can, maybe on another Hangout, you can show us some of your landing pages. I'd like to see a couple of your landing pages. If you could send them over to me, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
can I just
go on.
Can I just jump in there? Sorry, Jeremy. You say you've done a lot of WordPress blogs, and obviously that's the, for people who are watching this who don't understand what we're talking about. There's 2 major players, I suppose, on the market. One is WordPress and one is Blogger, which I think is the Google version of the blogging system. And WordPress is everything that traditionally everything is built around. But it is an absolute minefield, and I think it's been created. If you're the cynical person, it's been created with so many holes in it that you will pay a lot of money to have people come along and plug those holes for you. So I'm interested to hear that you've had experience with WordPress, and so if people have been put off with WordPress in the past, could you just sort of give us an idea of of what the Zukul blogging system, what sort of technicalities you'd need to have in order to do the Zukul blog?
Well, I think for me the biggest thing is the editor, because the editor is so powerful, and a lot of times you have to, with the WordPress blog, you have to go and find the plugins that will enable you to edit it, because there aren't a lot of tools in the standard WordPress blog, and I found that most of the tools that I like to use that I have to go and find a plugin for, and if somebody doesn't know what they're doing to go and do that, then they'll have to just put up with a few simple tools in WordPress, whereas that's already a part of the Zukul blog. So, yeah, I mean, anything really that you have to do, with WordPress, you have to find a plugin, and there are a lot of free plugins, but then a lot of times they only give you the real basics, and then you have to upgrade, of course. So.
Yeah.
And I know that you guys. And I know you guys have hinted at a couple things that are supposed to be coming real soon, and I know you guys work so quickly. So some of the things that you've told us that are coming for the blog in the future as well have got me really excited. So yeah, we'll see what's going on.
Good. Because the idea of the blog when Jeremy was sort of conceiving and creating it was to try and keep it simple but effective, and if it becomes too complex too early, then it would put a lot of people off, and I think that is the problem with WordPress, really. You know, WordPress is very, very powerful, but as you say, you have to have, if you want to do a different font, for example, if you want a different font than the basic Times New Roman, you have to go and find an editor and literally a plug to put into your blog in order to do that. And if you want to create a table, you have to go and get another plug to put into your WordPress blog to create a table. So it's very clumsy. It can be done, but it's a full-time job. And like you say, the editor that we have is so powerful. Effectively, if you can use type a message and you want it to be in bold, different fonts, different graphics, things like that, that editor will do everything for you. It'll add images, it'll add video, it'll add all sorts of things. So it is the crux of it. But no, I'm really pleased that when Jeremy showed me before, I was absolutely blown away. I think that front page is fantastic, and I'm feeling the pressure now to change mine. I'll change the Zukul one.
Well, thank you.
You did a tremendous job. Tremendous.
I had a lot of fun.
What's your blog address, Carrie, so people could go and have a look? Tell us what the domain name is.
It's Zukul.com, and actually very soon I'm going to. I've bought about 30 Zukul blogs, so I have them all, and most of the domains will all point towards my blog. But right now my main handle is it's Zukul, so itszukul.com.
itzukul.com.
ITS Zukul.
Yeah, ITS is it? You said.
Yeah. And I think ZukulOpportunity.com. I think I've got that also pointed there now.
Wow. So tell us, because you've actually got it. You've masked the domain, because obviously your domain would be whatever you set it up for when you went through to the Zukul. How difficult is it for somebody to mask their Zukul blog?
Oh, it's simple. You just go into GoDaddy and you go to your domain manager and choose the domain that you want, and you click on forward it. You just forward it. You can either mask it or you can forward it without a masking. But when you mask it, then you can choose your keywords and the title for the page and everything. And actually, I just remembered I do have a Zukul WordPress blog as well. I should have showed you that before we got on here. But I think you'll like that one too. And I had built that one before. So it's ZukulMarketing.com is my WordPress Zukul blog.
I'll just put that in now.
Yeah. So So Carrie's give us shown us how easy it is to make a blog. A few days, and she's got a blog up. As she said, she copied and pasted a lot of the stuff that was already on the company blog that Darren had done. So there's no rocket science to it. I think you've done an amazing job, and I think I'll take my hat off to you if I had one. But well done with that.
Can I just say how important can I just say how important I think it is that people do blogs, because that is, if somebody's going to join your team, they're going to want to know who you are, and they're going to want to know about you. But it's like, I think you were saying the other day, Darren, it's your hub, but it's your presence on the internet. And somebody isn't just going to join a company; they're going to join a person, and that's like your storefront. It's everything about you. And I just think it's really, really important that people, it's there. I mean, it's part of the Zukul platform. Not only, is it important to use the tools to build our business, but it's important to use the tools to show people what they can do, to see it in action. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot of people who hide behind names or pseudonyms or logos and things like that. And I was one of those when I first started. Simply because I was working full time, and the nature of my job meant that if I was doing something else online, then it would leave me open to some sort of action, shall we say. So I did hide behind a logo and everything. So it took a long time for me to get my face onto the front of something. However, now I've done it, obviously you can't stop me, but the blogging is exactly the same. Some people will be sat there thinking, I can't write and I can't do this. Well, as you've just said, is that it is literally just copy and paste, because we have all the information ready for you. And there's, as I said to you the other day, there is a lot of sites out there that also provide a lot of information for you. That so long as you can copy, paste, and re-edit it, put it in your own words, then you can soon fill up a blog with lots of credible, useful information. And then really all you need to then talk about is yourself, and there's nobody else who knows better than you. So just talk about your experiences. And I think what you've done with your blog is brilliant, because you've put in your story, you've put in your experiences with the tools in there. Within the information that we've got there, you've got little snippets about your experience, and it just personalizes the whole thing. And I think you're right. I think people buy from people, whether we do it subconsciously or consciously. I don't know. That's a whole new debate. But I think you're absolutely spot on. The more personality that you introduce into what you do, the better. Absolutely, the better. Brilliant.
And this is what it's all about: is branding yourself, isn't it? And as as you both say, people do business with people, and I always say your blog really is your hub. You need that center point to start your business. It's okay having your landing pages, or your squeeze pages, your capture pages, whatever you want to call them. But once you get that person into your list, and they've shown an interest in what you was advertising, a product, or they wanted to get an ebook or whatever it was, then you need to interact with them, get them to come to your. It's like inviting them into your home, isn't it? That's what it's about. It's showing them a piece of you and what you are and what you represent. So I think you've done a fantastic job there, Carrie. And so anybody wants advice, I think you should reach out and ask Carrie. I'm sure she'll be happy to give anybody advice. I do apologise if you're not going to give any advice, because you might get loads of people in contact with you. So I think she's done a fantastic job. So Carrie's blog again is itzukul.com. Is that right? Or ITS Zukul? It's Zukul. It's Zukul.com.
It's Zukul.
Jeremy, put my glasses on.
yeah, I need them. Yeah, I think it's what it is. I've got a new light here because I'm trying to improve my lighting at home here, but I think the glare comes off my head and shines on the screen, and I don't see that well. All right, moving on.
Can I add one more thing?
Go on.
Yeah.
I just about posting on your blog. Like you were saying, it's really easy to find content. I mean, if you just anything that has to do with internet marketing, whether it be pictures, images, anything, and then they can go and find any other blog or any other article, and then it'll give you ideas, and like you said, just copy and paste. But I think also the other thing for myself, what I like to do is, instead of just posting a bunch of ads out there all the time, when you blog and then you advertise that blog, so a link to your blog, and then because content is king, right? And people want content, and especially people who are looking to learn. So if you can give them important information that's going to help them, it brings them to your blog. It shows you as a leader in your field, so it gives you that credibility as well. And now you're inadvertently selling them because you're bringing them to your blog, but not through an ad. It's through information that somebody was looking for. That
Absolutely spot on. Yeah, yeah. And it brings me very nicely to a point I was going to make before, but I'll make it now. Is that obviously the Ninja's back, but you've also got those of you who haven't got the Ninja will have obviously the Sniper. Is that you've got a number of messages, and really initially, if you have not got a blog or a hub or a YouTube channel or anything like that, then obviously the argument is to fill all that with some sort of promotional material. Okay, just get the thing working. But then as you start to put content into your YouTube channel or onto your blog or onto your website, is then gradually to start to add in your content. So eventually you've got a 50-50 split. So you'll have so you could have 10 posts that are going through. You don't have to put the whole post on there, just the first paragraph, which is a bit like, for those of a certain age will remember that we used to go to the Saturday matinee, and we would watch the serialization on, I was going to say Flash, but it won't be, whatever it was, but it was always end on a cliffhanger. So when you do a post that type of thing, is you do a paragraph and then have it on a cliffhanger. So I don't know what it might be, a bit of information, and then I made these awful mistakes, and then read more, click here to read more, or something like that. Or I really embarrassed myself at the school party, and do something along like that. I'm talking too much about my social life here, but essentially it's people will want to read more. If you've embarrassed yourself, if you've made a massive mistake, they like those sort of catastrophe type pulls to get them to read more. And really, you're just looking for a click. You're just looking for a click to get through. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Start off with the advertisements, and then gradually start to build in that post, and you'll start to get traffic starting to come into your blog. It'll be drip, drip, drip to begin with, but it will then start to roll on nicely.
And also, where you're saying,
sorry.
It's okay. Just wanted to add one thing. Hold on. Sorry, Kerry. Is that you could also do through the autoresponder. Drip that same little bit of advert in the autoresponder and get someone to actually click in their email and come over to your blog. Go ahead, Kerry.
Well, I just wanted to point out to those of us who are in Zukul now what an opportunity it is as well to, be building a lot of content that will eventually be ranked really good on Google and hopefully stay there. I mean, that's definitely my goal with my blog is I want to get page 1, and I intend on staying there. So right now, I have the opportunity to do that because we're in the beginning. And so if I continue to add really a lot of content and posting it out there and getting the links back and everything, when there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people in Zukul, I know my blog will still be up there, and the people who are in it now and take their blogging seriously will have a good chance to get some sweet Google ranking.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yep. So I just want to move on a little bit, if I may. Now, I just want to tell you about some updates that we've done this week on the Zukul platform. So those of you that are in the $50 package will have access to the Facebook Ninja. Now, Facebook, I don't know whether anybody's aware, but Facebook are changing all their rules. And so we had to make sure that we kept ahead of the game. That's why we took the Ninja down last week while we upgraded to fit in with the new rules that Facebook are bringing out on the 25th of December. On Christmas Day, Facebook are bringing out new rules regarding apps. Okay, and so now our app is there to stay. We've been talking to Facebook, and we found out all about the new rules, and so this is what the new app does. Now, with the new Facebook Ninja, you're now going to be setting up your own app. If you haven't set up an app before, then Facebook is going to ask you to register as a developer, which is normal, okay? In some countries, they might ask for your mobile number, your cell phone. Other cases, they just ask you to click a link in an email. Other cases, they don't ask you to do anything. They just want you to say that you want to be a developer. So that's a normal thing. I'm going to adjust the video because I forgot to say that in the setup video, because obviously I'm already a developer. I thought that I just forgot about that, and somebody reminded me that I needed to do that. So I'm going to make the video again for that. Now, if you go to your profile, the other update we've done now is regarding those again that are in the $50 package for the autoresponder. Now, Zukul now is officially an email provider, which we're in the same ranks, if you like, Yahoo, Gmail, Hotmail, they're all email providers. So now Zukul is an email provider, and in your profile, you will have your own unique Zukul email. Now, next week, we're going to give you a tool where you can actually change that email. You can have one choice, and you'll be able to choose that email. Now, basically, when you send out an email through the Zukul autoresponder, they'll go from your new Zukul email address, okay? Then if somebody clicks on reply, it will come back to your primary one, which could be, the one that you set your profile up with originally, okay? Now, we've put this system in place that's to protect Zukul from anybody spamming, so because in the autoresponder, very soon we're going to be adding a tool where you'll be able to upload your existing list. So if you've got a list on Aweber or GetResponse or any one of the others, GVO, and you want to be able to stop paying for that, you'll be able to upload your list into Zukul, okay? Now, before we could allow you to do that, we had to set up that we was email providers, so that if anybody uploaded a list that they didn't have permission to email, that obviously would have damaged Zukul, but it won't. It'll only damage that person now. So that's what we've done. So there's a few other changes that we've done inside the site, but I'll make some videos on those changes for the tops of the pages. And I just want to say, regards our tickets, we get roughly maybe 2 tickets a day. Some days we might have 5. Okay. So that tells me that the tools are working perfectly. People are understanding the videos that we've made for them. When somebody starts to use the tool for the first time, we get that little tiny flurry of tickets. And while like the Ninja, I'm expecting that I'll get some tickets for that next week because people don't quite understand it. But I think with most of you, the penny's dropped, and I'm pleased that we don't really get that much tickets. We might be able to save money for ourselves actually and get rid of some of the staff, but that's not a good thing. So yeah, I think what
also that shows is that the communication, which is the big thing between, if you bring somebody in, what I felt, I may not be true, but what I felt was happening was that people being left alone. Okay, so you're in the team, great, but actually there is obviously a little bit more of a communication going on about making sure that they're okay, they're set up okay, and that seems to also have helped as far as whatever problems or hubs over the road that people come across on their travel through Zukul, because we are set up differently from everything else. Everything else, you come in, doors open, and you're just bombarded with information. But the way that obviously Zukul is set up is that people will open the doors and think they haven't got anything, but actually they're now realising that they've got to obviously go through the courses, they've got to go through certain steps, take certain actions, and I think finally people are being responsible and making sure they're passing that detail on to the person they're introducing, and I think they're now seeing the benefits of it as opposed to I think people saw it as a frustration or something that was holding them back, whereas now I think people can realise that we're doing it with the best intentions, and it's slowly catch a monkey, I think, as far as these tools are concerned. So yeah, is it me now? Shall I plough on? Well, I've got a thumbs up. Okay, I'm just going to do a very quick screen share. I'm not going to go into War and Peace because obviously I don't want to take anything away from really from what Carrie's been going through. I'm just going to show you a couple of things though. Okay, so this is Carrie's. Now this is Carrie's WordPress blog. Okay, so it's all looks very nice and clear. And obviously, like she says, she's not done a lot of work on it recently. But the point that Carrie was making is absolutely spot on. It's one of the things that I sort of jump up and down about, and the importance of videos is that the more videos you get out, the more content you get out, the more different things that you get out. When you start something new, and some people will start a new program, a new launch, and will sort of dither about creating blogs and videos and things like that. But the benefit is that if you do start putting a lot of content out there, then as people start searching for Zukul and all the terms of Zukul, then you will start, so long as you've got those terms on your blogs and in your videos and in your descriptions, you'll start to automatically rank. And because you've been around for longer, Google likes that. Google likes established sites with current content that people are accessing, because no one will ever know how Google do algorithms, but basically sites that are established and sites that have content that is changing and being added to and is relevant, those are the ones that they will rank towards the top. And clearly it will help if you've got it on YouTube. Clearly it will help if you've got it on what am I trying to say, on a blog and on a website. Okay, so those things interlock. So that's the WordPress one, and again, for those of you who've missed it, this is the Zukul one. And to be honest, Carrie, I know the one that I like, and I'm looking at it, but I just think this is brilliant. I think you've done an absolutely amazing job on this. Really, really good. It's inviting, it's interesting. There's lovely pictures here. I love that picture. There's a nice personal introduction video here. Like Jeremy says, there's a good call to action here, and it's really nicely spaced. There's a bit of a paragraph, there's a gap. Your eyes can rest, and there's lots of information here. And no, really, really great. Really do. I like it a lot. Okay, so I'm just very quickly going to go through. Obviously, some of you won't realise, but because obviously you've just joined, but we've gone through a change on the front page. So we had a different front page maybe a couple of weeks ago, and so what I want to do is just talk you through how perhaps you could change this if you wanted to put it or put parts of it onto your blog. And as Carrie's just explained, you could easily copy and paste large parts of this onto your blog. So for example, you've got a bit here on Social Sniper. Now if there is a way that you could literally copy everything. You could just literally keep your left mouse down, hold it, and then just copy, and then you could paste that onto your blog. Now unfortunately, because of the sizes, it will come out looking a bit like that, which to be honest looks a bit crap. So we want to do something which looks a little bit better. Now I'm just going to show you how flexible this editing tool is, and this editing tool is huge. I'm not sure whether people have realised, but there's a little symbol here where you've got arrows going into four corners. If you click on that, it actually opens it up into a big screen for you. And if you wanted to close it down, just click on it again, and you've then got down to your small screen. Or you could even drag it. And, if you click that, hold it, you can make that different sizes. So there's lots of things that you can do with this blog. With this editing tool, above and beyond what you'll get with a regular WordPress blog and anything like that. In fact, I haven't seen anything with an editing tool that is as powerful as this. Even my open source word processor hasn't got the functions on here. So I've banged the drum about this editing tool. I think it's great. So we've got our headline on here, and all I've done really is I've just simply gone over to the main site when my computer catches up with me. I've just literally copied that and I've simply pasted it into the editor. Now, you don't have to have it like that. Again, what you can do is you can obviously change it. Okay, you could change the size. It's running a bit slow because I've got this going on. So you could change the sizing to it. Okay, you could change anything that you wanted about it. All right, you've got anything that you could do that you could change to make this much more fitting into your style, the style of your blog, but also the style. If you wanted to add words into it, you could add words into it. Your own words. But what I wanted to show you off properly was how you could create, and I'm not sure, I forgot to look, but I'm not sure whether Carrie's done this. She probably has done. But you could create a Zukul sniper page. Now this is important because we're advertising Zukul's Social Sniper Pro as we're going to advertise the Ninja Pro and autorespond and everything like that. So that in itself becomes a keyword. And again, as what Carrie was saying before, is that people will search that. And what they will search for is Zukul Social Sniper Pro, Zukul Social Sniper Pro review, results, performance, cash, profits, how to use Social Sniper Pro, anything like that with the phrase Zukul Social Sniper Pro in it is going to be a searchable keyword. So you now have the ability really to literally copy all of this, and I mean everything, go to your blog, and let's just start a fresh one. Get rid of that annoying man. Come on to here, Control and F will then just paste everything in. And as you can see now, it has copied everything into there. And if I just quickly save that, and then have a look to see how it's going to look. Okay, so there we go. So you've got that Social Sniper Pro. Okay, you'd need to make that slightly smaller so it's all on one line, or you could get rid of the Zukul and just have it as Social Sniper Pro. You've got the image, the nice couple there, and then you've got all the text here for you, and then you've got this. Now this again, if we click on that, actually takes them to that photo, that page. So as you can see, it doesn't take it doesn't take a long time in order for you to get information onto your blog. It really is just, as Carrie said, she started from scratch, and it took her 3 or 4 days just simply copy and pasting, moving stuff around, putting her own bits and pieces in there. And as I said to you last week, just focus on getting your about page set up, your page, your personal page, and then gradually then just build upon that. You don't have to do masses of creative writing. Copying and pasting will be fine to begin with, and then what you can do is then come back to this, and you can then start to put in your bit of information at the front about the fact that this is what the company talk about, the Social Sniper Pro. Then you've got the company's bit, and then you can have at the bottom here your experiences, your results, what you've found with it, what was good about it, what was difficult about it, what benefits you've had, what tricks you've learned, that type of thing. Whatever it is that you found about the Social Sniper Pro, then put that information in here. And there's nothing wrong with you putting in your own videos either. So it's just a quick one on making sure that you're using the information that we're providing for you, and there is masses of it. And then if you click on these tabs here, it will then take you through to lots and lots of other videos. Okay, so there's lots and lots of stuff that you can be doing. One more trick, again, I'm going to show you this with let's edit this one. Now let's say I always get worried when I do these sorts of things live, but we'll have a go. Now there is a button here, where is it? This one here, iframe. If you click on iframe, and put the URL in. Now there is nothing wrong with you putting in your what is it? !ref ID, whatever your affiliate number would be. Put it in there. We'll then click. I don't know what should we call it. It's 800. 8 by 1600. Alignment. Middle. Press the button. Make a wish. Click update. Let's just have a quick look. Okay, so that was the original page. Click that to refresh it. Okay, so I've made that too big, but you understand what I've done now is I've actually put in my blog my affiliate front page of the company site. Why would I want to do that? Well, I may not want to do that on this on my blog, but there are certain things that you might want to put onto your blog which involves putting in a whole website. So again, I could make that smaller easily by going back into edit, getting rid of the confusing man, and change that to perhaps 500 wide. We'll see if that makes a difference. No, it's not on this case. So you can get it where you'll have, oh, it's because I've not clicked the scrolling bars. So you'll actually have scrolling bars on the top and the right of here. So when you've got videos, sorry, when you've got pages which are too big or too wide, then you can have scrolling bars on there. But you can see that there's an opportunity for you to put in, for example, you know, I've used these as a point of reference. You could easily put in these, which are linked to your own, hard-coded to your affiliate link. So when they click on links on your blog, they'll be taken to this row of videos, which will also be encased in your blog. So they'll not be coming out of your blog. You just need to go through that process of setting up that iframe and making sure you've got the sizes correct. So hopefully not everybody's lost, and I've kept everybody informed on that. All you would need to do is go into, get rid of that. There we go. Show frame border, enable scroll bars. So you would just click that, put that in. Hopefully that, there we go. So you've then got the videos in. All I would need to do is, like I say, just adjust the width of that that page. Those videos and all that lettering just sits in the middle of my blog, and then they will play as normal. Okay, right. I will leave it at that before I confuse everybody even more.
One of the picking up on that there, Darren.
Yeah.
Is one of the tools that we're going to be adding actually to the blog is that you'll be able to do exactly what you've just shown everybody there on the screen, but
yeah.
It will get rid of the side borders. So it'd be like a capture page.
Yes.
You'd be able to make capture pages that are actually sitting on your blog, so you don't have to have all the posts and the navigation bar at the top. So that is a tool that we're going to be adding very soon, actually. So when you use that iframe, it will be, I mean, I'll stop speaking. I think you've cracked it now, have you?
No, you're absolutely fine. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think it's just a matter of, at the moment, you'll have to mess with it and resize it. But like you say, if you can put a fix in, which means that we can have a choice to have these in as like a default or just a single page, then that would eradicate that problem completely, and that would sit in beautifully in that section there. Lovely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good. Right, I think, well, we're almost coming up to the hour now, so what more can I say? That, again, big thank you for Carrie for coming on and sharing her blog with us. And if you need some tips and advice on blogging, I think she's your lady. And we're going to leave it there, I think, unless you've got anything you want to add then, Darren.
No, other than really, we talked about blogging now for 2.5 weeks, and if you have not got your head around the idea that you need to do a blog, I don't really know how much more beating around your head that we need to do. You need to make sure that you have a presence online. Just sending traffic to a capture page will not cut it. It will generate leads and it will generate some sales. You know, if you throw enough traffic at something, you will sell something. You know, that's just the law of averages. However, if you're content with that, fine. But if you want to build something like a proper business, if you want to build something that's much more sustainable, then you need to have a presence online. And it's not something that we've talked about probably for the past 9 months or so, simply because we've been getting other bits and priorities in place. But from Jeremy and my point of view is you need to have that hub. You need to market yourself. You need to brand yourself. And Carrie's doing an excellent job with what she's already started with. And you know, I've shown you another example last week, which was Dean Holland, deanholland.com. You can go to my blog, you can go to Jeremy's blog. You know, there are lots and lots of examples out there. Some of them are better than others. And just make sure that you are building your blog. You won't have everything in place straight away, and that was why I showed you Dean Holland's blog. But if you go right back to the beginning, he had very little in there that he could talk about or demonstrate, but he has now. But everybody starts at the same point. Everybody starts with 0. Everybody starts with no subscribers, no list, no blog, no story. But at some point you've got to get your head around the idea that you have to have a presence online, and the best presence online is the blog. And we're going to be moving on from that shortly into how you then market on the blog. But in order for that to work for you, really, you've got to have that thing in place. You've got to have your about you in place. You've got to have your story. You've got to have your face. You've got to have that personalization already in place. And if you don't have that, then everything that you do afterwards just becomes meaningless, because you just then become somebody who looks like they're a money-making machine. That's what they want to do. They will just want to make money. They're not interested in anything personal. And unfortunately, let me put it this way. There will be a point, if you treat your business correctly, that you will be asking people to part with $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 of their money to give to you personally, so that you can then show them, coach them, train them to do something that you're very good at. All right. Now, they're not going to do that if there is nothing on that website that is talking about you and your background, your personality. Okay, if you just direct them to a Facebook page which has got you on holiday in the bar in your speedos, you know, or doing whatever you want, then clearly not going to part with $2,000 or $3,000. You know, it just makes logical sense. So just try and put it that way. At some point in the future, you will be selling your coaching program. You will be selling your time. And you may not believe that now, but you will be, because we will have a whole host of tools at your beck and call. All you need to do is help people to use those tools in an effective way. And you know, during the time that comes between now and the next, I don't know, 6 months or so, 9 months, then you will learn how to use those tools effectively. And then people will be literally knocking on your door, asking you to help them and coach them. And yes, you're going to do it, but it's going to cost them. But you know, until you have that hub and that demonstration of results, then that's not going to happen. Okay, that's me rant over with. Sorry.
No, fantastic. Carrie, would you like to add any words of wisdom for anybody thinking about blogging? We got you muted. We got you muted. Have you muted her, Darren? Oh, she's left us. Yep, I think she's dropped off. She's dropped off the call. Okay, fantastic. So get your blog set up. I think that I'm going to put something on Facebook in the room there to see if we can get people to post their blogs in and see what they look like. Oh, Carrie's back. Carrie, any parting words of wisdom? Anybody thinking about doing a blog?
Just do it. The famous word.
Yeah, exactly. And as the old saying goes, if you carry on doing today what you did yesterday, then tomorrow you're only going to have what you've got today. If you want to change your tomorrow, make sure you change something today and treat your online business as a business. Get involved in it, get passionate about it. People will see you're passionate, and I'm sure they'll want to join your team and be your customer. Okay, I think we'll end it there. Have a good weekend, and again, many thanks, Carrie, for coming on the Hangout. It was much appreciated, and again, what a fantastic blog. With that, I'll say good night or good afternoon.
Thanks, Carrie. Thanks very much. Have a lovely weekend.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
Bye.